used and how they can be drawn. But we did not start. We did not start it with the tools which would be required for drawing these diagrams. Okay, so today I'll be briefing you about a few tools which can be used to draw such diagrams. And in the labs, in the OODM lab, we can use the same tool to draw few means all the diagrams. So today I'll teach you how to draw a state diagram. We have already uh, studied about various example when I was teaching you state diagram. Okay, I've already taught what all symbols are required. So I'll just revise about the symbols and their usage, and I'll introduce a platform where you can draw these things easily. Okay, so I'll be using only one platform, but there are many platforms. You all have a choice, whichever tool you feel comfortable, whichever tool you feel like working on it is easy for you, you can select that particular tool for your purpose. Okay, there is no compulsion to select the particular tool for drawing these diagrams. So I'll just share my screen. So when we have studied about the state diagram, we remember that it consists of states where we would be showing that any event has occurred, any event has been organized or scheduled, and based on that event, any action is performed, and thus the transition in the state takes place. Okay, so I'll just show you the symbols which we use for state diagram. Then we'll start with the tool which we'll be using to draw this one. So I'll just tell you about the basic the symbols which we use in state diagram. Okay, if you remember, we use a solid circle which represents start. Okay, which represents the start of that particular activity. And a solid circle with a simple circle shows the end of that activity or process. Okay, end. And how the states are being shown with a rectangle with soft curves. Okay, this is usually used to denote the state. Now, the line with arrowhead shows the transitions. Okay, and one more symbol which we have used in several cases, that is this diamond shape symbol, which is used for decision or condition. Okay, now there is one more way to represent the state. If you go through several books or documents, you can see the state can be represented by this particular rectangle with soft curves. Okay, or you can see a state can would be represented like this, and rectangle with soft curves, and there would be a line. Okay, on the top the state would be given or written what is the state, and with it state what is the various activities or the information which is connected, for example entry or any entry activity. Okay, now what has to be done, do or do activity. For example, if I'll be talking about the login. If we'll talk about the login state. So in the login state, we can use this symbol like this. We'll start right here as a login state, and we can write here as an activity that is exit or submit login info. Okay, login info. Like this, we can represent the state. But today we'll be using this only. Then when you will be deciding about your projects, or if you have some idea in mind, then we can elaborate these states and we can have activities associated with these states. Okay, it's up to you how you want to draw this. Now, for drawing these diagrams, what should be used and how should be used? So, we have several tools for drawing this. Okay, you can create your account in that and you can use them. The first one is Lucidchart. In this you can draw all the flow charts and all the UMLs. Draw Max. Visual Paradigm. Sketchboard. Okay, and we have Smart Draw. YUML. Creately. Okay, and many more are there. So it depends totally on you whichever tool you want to use. So today I'll be teaching you how we can draw these diagram in Lucidchart. Okay, you go through all these tools once, and there you would be given a documentation how to use them, how to prepare various charts, how you can import data sets in them. Everything is being defined there. Okay, and when we go further with this, we can convert these charts into the codes also, and code into the charts. That also we'll learn in the further classes. But today we learn how we can use this Lucidchart. Okay. So I'll take an example which I have already taught in the class about the ATM pin verification. So first I'll draw this here in the whiteboard. Then I'll show you how we can draw this in the Lucidchart. Okay, the same diagram I'll be drawing. So we have already seen the state diagram for user pin verification. Okay, so I'll be taking the basic states. You can elaborate them, and you yourself can draw from your side, and you can share with me in the chat box or the personal message. Okay, so we have to see the state diagram for user pin verification. Okay, so we know that first we have to draw a solid circle with field. Okay, so this would be start. Now after the start there would be a state. Okay, and some transition line means some activity is performed, so that is card swipe. Okay, so waiting for pin, so the state is waiting for pin. Now next, when the pin is entered, okay, so the next activity will be pin entered. Now when we enter the pin, the verification of the pin is performed. So pin verification. Okay, so if pin is verified, okay, pin is authentic, we can say. So this is the final or the answer, because we are just talking about the pin verification process. So that means the user is identified. Okay, now there is one more possibility that if pin entered is not correct. Okay, if pin is entered and pin verification is going on. Okay, so if the pin is rejected, so here we can I'll do with some other color. So if the same thing has happened, so it would be bidirectional. So we can say that pin rejected. Okay, pin rejected and waiting for the pin. But in some, if I'll be talking about ATM especially, if once the pin is rejected, your transaction is also um, not complete there. It stops. Okay, you come out of that page. So if you don't want to take this activity, this event here, you can draw a separate transition that pin rejected, and you can write here transmission transaction over or stopped or devoured, whatever you feel like. Okay, so in two ways we can draw this state diagram. There may be more possibilities of drawing this state diagram from your side. It depends on your creativity and idea. Now I'll show you the tool. Okay, so I'll just type here as Lucidchart. So you can see lucidchart.com. You can sign up here for free. Okay, so these things would be there when you will sign up here. So it would ask you for a few things. Continue with free. When you will be doing this, you can make your account. So I have already made my account. So when we make the account here, we'll get an option like this. Okay. So it would be like this when you will create your account and you want to make something. So I have already made a few documents, so it reflects here. Its name is booking. Okay, so as I want to make a state diagram, and state diagram is a part of UML, so I'll click on this UML. Now this is the area where you'll be drawing your things. Okay, already they have given a diagram and introduction. Through these tutorials you can learn and understand how these things can be drawn. Now this is the area workspace where you will be doing these things. There are few tools which are here. Now here you can see shapes on the left corner. You have shapes, okay, and you have font size and this and all options are there. When you click on shapes, you'll get so many options, okay, and you have to select whichever you feel like drawing or you want to make. Okay, for example, if flowchart, if we are talking about flowchart we can select from here. So you can see it reflects here. If I'll uncheck, nothing is here on the left side. So if I'll check this box and I'll use selected shapes, so flowchart is there. So it would have those symbols which we want to draw. But as we are talking about state diagram and state diagram is a part of UML, so there may be few things which may not be available here. For example, these have such symbols like this. Okay, and we need symbols like this for start and for end. Okay, so I'll instead of flowchart, I'll go for something else. I'll see where is there any UML option. So you can see UML option is there. When I'll click on this, okay, so I have checked this box, so all the things will come inside this. But in the UML, I just need the state diagram. In this, we'll be drawing the class diagram, use diagram, sequence, component, everything. But today, we only want to draw the state diagram. So I'll select it from here. You can see it came on the screen. I'll write this. Now, as we are planning to draw this, so the start symbol and we have a state waiting for pin. Okay, so I'll be drawing this one. I'll close this one. Now I have a state diagram with me. I'll take this and drag. Okay. Okay. we have a start. Now after start we need a state. You can see when I take my cursor on this, I get a state. So on this I can write waiting for pin. I'll click, it allows me to write WAI waiting for pin. Okay, now I can draw this line like this. Okay, and I need to add, so I'll just click, it will come automatically this comment box. So this is start, and here this transaction line shows the activity, that is card swiped. So I'll just write here as CARD, card swiped, SWIPED, swiped. Okay, so like this. Now we have pin verification state and we have this line. Okay, so we'll drag another state, we'll make it like this. I'll draw this line, pin verification, and here it was pin entered, pin entered. So I'll just click on here, so it will get, so it would be like this. Okay, now next what happens, it will end. So I'll take an end symbol here. Okay, I'll draw the line, and this is end or over, we can write. Right now it was pin authentication, so I'll just write here pin authentication. Like this we have. Okay, now the from same point I have dragged it, so it has become bidirectional, and we can read here as pin rejected. So I'll write pin rejected. So it would be like this. Now this is the state diagram of pin verification. So I can just write here as state diagram of, so this is how you can draw the diagram. Okay, now the question is how you can use this diagram in different places. So when you will go on the file, you will get few options. Okay, you can import diagram, Lucidchart. You can import, you can take few diagrams from other tools which you have used like Visio and Draw, input, output, and all. But right now we are looking for saving this program. So here you can go for the export section. You can save this in the image form also or word form. So I'll just click on this. Okay, so the name is download. I'll do one thing, I can rename it. Okay, so this one you can rename it as pin verification. So it would be renamed And then you can see here pin verification name has come. Now you can export it as PDF. Okay. Now the name is pin verification. I'll just download it. So you can see at the bottom you have an option of generating processing complete. Now I'll save in the desktop as pin verification save. Okay, so I'll just open this and we'll see how does it look like. You can see this is the diagram just now which we have drawn. Okay, the state diagram. Okay, I'll open the PDF file which we have downloaded. This is the file. You can see this. Even if we'll zoom it, the quality. Okay, and each and everything is being stated so clearly. Okay, so if you want to bold this and if you want to underline these things, so we can do them. You can just select it and underline this. So it would be like this. If we'll save, so it will come like this. So such diagrams you can make easily. Okay, is it clear? Any doubt from anybody's side? Okay, is there anyone who has a doubt regarding this diagram, how we could draw this one? I guess there is no one who is attending this class.
No, ma'am, no doubt.
No doubt. Okay,
No
so
doubt.
I'll give a question then. Just you can try it from your side using one of the tool and you can share the image with me. I'll give you two questions then just try them and let me know if you are not able to draw, so I'll help you to draw them then.
I share the images now.
So when you want to share, you can share in the lab section, otherwise lab we have, but at least go through the tool which I'm teaching you, at least go through this and you have any doubts right now, you can ask me.
Huh? Hello.
Hmm. Huh?
How you make double arrow?
How?
Double-sided arrow. Bidirectional arrows.
Yeah?
Bidirectional arrow. How you make
By
bidirectional arrow?
Bi-directional, okay, I'll show you. See, I have dragged this. I hope you are able to see my screen. Are you able
Yes.
to see the screen? Okay. So when you will take the cursor on this, see, it has become solid red. Can you see this? When I'll drag this, it comes still here. Okay. So it is one direct. When I'll take this cursor here and again I'll draw this, so it becomes bidirectional.
Ma'am, if we messed up and we don't want it bidirection, can Control Z will work? Like
Control Z, I have see undo if you want to take want to draw more arrows then lines also you can draw, no problem.
okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Control C and control V is also working. As many boxes if you want you can do like this. You can drag them and draw them, and there are a few situations where you have to draw certain conditions inside the state box, that we call it as a composite state. So you can draw it like that also. You can make this figure big and you can drag those states, then okay, you can drag those states. Okay, okay, these are connected. That's why it is not working right now. I'll show you that also, how to make composite states also. Okay, like this you can make composite states like this. You can add something, okay, and symbol, and you can connect them with each other like this, and this event or this state have some more states, then we can drag few more states inside it. We can have a connection between them like this, and then we can, if you have a no, not this one, if you have the end state, then we can draw the end state. If you remember, we have used this composite state when we were checking the calendar and we want to we were looking for an appointment. Okay, we want to schedule an appointment when we were drawing the state diagram to schedule an appointment. So this whole state would act as a checking calendar. In that you start, you see the date is available or not. If date is available, you confirm it. Okay, so this is a composite state. So just leave this composite state right now here. When we'll be going with the advanced diagrams, then we need such composite states. But right now, you can go with basic symbols and you can use. Now here you can see these solid lines, fork and join. So if you remember, we have studied about the fork and join in the activity diagram. So we'll be using in the further classes these fork and join, where a few activities may be combining or few things would be going in different way, that we'll be using. Okay, so I'll give a question. If it is possible for you people, just draw it right now. Otherwise in the lab, I'll be giving you few assignments, few questions, and based on those, you just have to draw the state diagrams. You have to show the possible states and the possible transactions. Then same way we'll go for the functional diagram also, dynamic model also, class diagram, objects diagram. We'll study all these. We'll study how all these diagrams can be drawn using these tools one by one. Okay. Okay, so I'll give you few questions, few conditions. Those who can complete them right now, it's okay. Otherwise, we can go for them on Wednesday. No problem for that. So I'll just write. Okay, so just try these conditions, try these questions if it is possible. Those who are not able to operate the tools right now, for example, if you are not connected with your laptop and you cannot work on it, so you can draw on the paper also and you can share it with me. So the same things we'll be seeing in the labs also, and I'll be elaborating these diagrams in more depth so that we can draw the things in detail. Okay, so you have time. Just try and let me know if there is any issue from your side, if you have any doubt or something of that sort.
Ma'am, could you show the questions again?
Okay. Okay, so let me know. Is anyone who is drawing this diagram, or should I draw any of the question for you? Select any question and let me know, so I'll draw and show it to you. And if you people are drawing, so you can share with me.
Ma'am,
Yes.
it's asking what is your role to it will affect the account or something, like you can do student or
You can go for the student. There is an option for the student also.
yeah,
Yeah, you can
but
go for that. Uh,
there is one engineering, there's one IT, and there's yeah
yeah,
that.
there would be institutional or teaching, or whichever you feel like you can select. It would not make a
Okay.
huge difference. Okay, you can select it. Okay, so if you people don't have any doubts, so I'll end up the class here. Tomorrow I'll teach you about the functional models, okay, functional block diagrams, also how we can draw them, and in the next class we'll learn about the object diagrams or the models, how we can draw them. Then in the lab section, I'll be giving you few story like questions. Then based on those questions, you have to identify different conditions and you have to draw these diagrams. Okay, so just go through these 5 tools which you have, these 7 tools. Okay, you can go through them, whichever is easy for you, you can use them and you can draw them. Okay, so I'll just download the attendance and okay, so just go through this. If you have any doubt, so just let me know. Somebody has
Ma'am,
shared a diagram. Okay, let me see. Yes,
this is not the assignment.
this is the assignment for sure. You have to submit, authenticate users, online food order, run search, restaurant code, quantity of food search, search statement. Okay. Okay, whoever has submitted this diagram, okay, here also, if you are defining the state diagram like this and you're making so many options, so the state should be search and below that you should write these activities, okay, so then it would be okay. Then generate bill and apply discount coupon, generation of bill, select payment mode, payment status confirm. Okay, it's correct. Okay, so these questions are the assignment for sure. For Wednesday, you have to draw and submit. Okay, and tomorrow I'll be teaching you a few more things. Then we'll
So,
go through them. Yes.
so these three questions and in one PDF on Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Then I'll end up the class. Then thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.